I spent 100 days in Minecraft Skyblock. I had made a small list of what I wanted to achieve in this 100 days. One of them being was to get full diamond armor or maybe even netherite armor. The second one was to beat the entire game, and the third one was to have an OP base. If you want to find out how I got all of these things, stay tuned. Let's get started. I did what every other Skyblock player does. You know, the boring, mine down a tree, make a cobblestone generator, extend the island, and attempt to kill a skeleton. By the time that I had done all of that boring stuff, it was already day number 2, and I had only one objective. I needed a bone. For that, I had a strategy. The first and obvious one was to actually make a mob grinder. But every time it was getting dark time, I was scared that a monster would kill me. So what I would do was to run a chunk or two away from my base, as monsters would spawn on my platform. And then I would wait until it was daytime, and I would watch every skeleton and zombie burn to their death, hoping to collect a bone. I attempted to do this for 5 days straight, as I was building my mob grinder. Because I needed a bone to make a bone meal, so that I could use that bone meal in a pool of water that would inevitably make seaweed and make a source block, which means that I had infinite water. This is why I needed that bone. By day 8 I officially had it, and my mob spawner looked like this. Yeah, I wasn't far at all. All I had to do was mine loads of cobblestone. I was mining cobblestone for about 10 days straight, and my mob spawner still wasn't done. By day 18, I was officially done with the mob spawner. I had an ingenious plan. The reason why this mob spawner was so important was because there is a chance that a zombie villager would spawn from this, which I could capture, and with a witch and a golden apple, I could change him into a villager. The only problem was to get the golden apple, which I had a solution for. I was thinking if I could go to the Nether, there should be plenty of gold, so I made that my next priority. For this, I needed lava. How the hell am I gonna get lava? I was kind of confused, so I decided to explore every island that was around my main base. So I started once again with mining cobblestone. By day 26, I found this island. It was like a cave island, which had these, I don't know what they're called, I don't know, I don't play 1.19. These things, these were essential. The dripstone, I think is what it was called. I gathered every important item from their island, and decided to head back and mine some more cobblestone. The next day, I went to a new location, and this was unbelievable. I didn't even know that this was in the game. I found a woodland mansion, and in this woodland mansion, they had 2 villagers. They even had an iron golem that I had to kill. I needed iron. This woodland mansion had everything. I even made a lot of new friends. Now that I knew that these villagers were in this woodland mansion, I knew exactly what I needed to do. So I went and grabbed a lot of cobblestone and made the bridge a little bit wider. I was going to take these villagers back home, but then this guy killed me. I swear, this was the worst idea ever. I hated these things. I successfully made the bridge larger and brought one of the villagers back to my home. This took all day though, but that didn't matter, because all I needed now was one more villager, and then I could start on my big plan to get full diamond armor. Now that the 2 villagers were in my main base, I googled how to make a villager farm, and within 20 minutes I made one. All we needed now was some bread, and then we would be solid. So I made a wheat farm and waited. And then I got my first baby. Baby villager, I mean. Let's clarify that. Now here's something I forgot to mention. In that woodland mansion, there were 2 cauldrons, which I used to make a lava farm. The next thing I googled was how to make a small iron golem farm. And for this, I needed 5 villagers, so I waited until the villagers had produced me enough babies to make this OP farm. As I was waiting, I wanted to test a trend that I saw on TikTok. Apparently you could make an infinite lava bucket, but I got trolled completely. Why was I stupid enough to believe this, man? So I started building a frame for this iron golem farm. By day 45, I had completed the iron golem farm, but it wasn't completely working as it was supposed to. So the next day I fixed the iron golem farm. I also wanted to go to the Nether, so I made a lava farm with cauldrons and stuff. You know how it goes, right? While I was doing those two stuff, I went quickly back to the woodland mansion because apparently there was a diamond block underneath a tree, and I picked it up. On day 51, I decided to make a villager trading hall. I also started building the Nether portal. The problem with the Nether portal was lighting it. Since I didn't have any flint, I couldn't make any flint and steel, so I needed to burn some wood. But this took me forever. So long that I gave up trying and started making a sugarcane farm. The next day I started to improve my villager trading hall. I needed a weakness potion, and for that I needed sand so I could make glass to make the bottles. I also needed some mushroom, spider eyes, and sugar. I also needed a zombie to kill a villager and go through all those steps, which I wasn't in the mood to do, so I decided to just farm a few emeralds. After that I figured out how to light the Nether portal, and I went in, hoping to find the fortress and the place where Enderman spawns. So I went into the Nether and found the blaze spawner, and the biome where the Enderman spawn. I went back to the overworld to do some stuff before fighting those blazes and Enderman. At this point it was day 64 and mined lots of cobblestone so I could make a little base around the blaze spawner so that the blazes won't fly away. I was playing in peaceful, by the way. And on day 66 I went and fought all the blazes and collected all of the blaze rods that I needed. I needed a mushroom, so I started looking for one, and the next thing I did was grind a ton of brown mushrooms. I also thought that I needed nether wart to make this potion, but I was wrong. So I spent like about 40 minutes looking for nether warts and farming them, and making a little farm, and I just wasted so much time. It's a shame. But I never needed it. I wasn't very happy with that. So what I did, while the nether wart was growing, I went back into the nether and I found a bastion. I think it was a treasure bastion because in here was loads of netherite, golden blocks, iron blocks, diamond armor, and everything. I almost had full diamond armor. After realizing that I didn't need nether wart, I started luring a zombie to my villager trading hall. And I killed a few villagers with zombies, and then I healed them. The only problem was it was day 75, and I wasn't even close to getting that full diamond armor. So in hope of grinding more emeralds, I extended my sugarcane farm. The next few days I started grinding with the villager trades. I had found out pretty late in this 100 days that you needed a smoker to get the armor smith. But I had a problem. The villagers that I used to use to grind more villagers wouldn't breed anymore for some weird reason. So I had a problem. Eventually though, I had enough and used the 2 villagers that I used to make more villagers of, if that makes any sense. I'm so good at explaining stuff, I really am. At the end it all worked out. All I needed to do was make that villager a zombie villager and heal him again, and then I would have had full diamond armor. But before I did that, I went to the Nether to kill loads of Enderman. Now I had enough Ender Pearls to beat the game. The next thing I did was heal a zombie villager, and now I could get full diamond armor. At this point it was day 85, and all I did was enchant my armor to prepare myself against the Ender Dragon. At day 90, I decided to mine a lot of cobblestone. I thought I would need a lot of cobblestone to get to the stronghold. And oh boy, I was right, because the first time I went to the stronghold I ran out of blocks. So I headed back to my base and collected more cobblestone. And this time I had enough cobblestone to go to the stronghold and beat the entire game. With only 5 days left, I used those days to improve my base. And I made this, hopefully in the future I will make this an awesome base.
Kinda good.
So that I can look back from where I started and be absolutely amazed.
I don't know if it's an exact circle now that I'm looking at it.